privileged to be with the Minister of Worship Arts, David Donathan, to talk more about Leah's legacy and why the church is so involved with that.
I have known Leah the entire time that she was alive, from when she was little. She was involved here in the children's choir program, came up through into the youth choir program. She was always one of these kids that, at least for me, was just kind of quiet and to herself. You know, she was, but always very anxious to jump in, to learn something new, once you showed her how to do that or how to perform or how to sing. But she was just the sweetest little girl. She was constantly always promoting the well-being of others, helping them along, you know, while she was here in music. But I just remember that she was like almost like a little mouse. You wouldn't even know she was here. But then once you got into a situation where she was ready to perform, then, you know, she kind of came out of her shell and really lit up the room.
Not knowing her myself, but knowing her family and hearing folks talk about her as she passed away just recently, was the 3rd anniversary. I hear a lot of how driven she was and how astute she was and how she was anxious to learn, and much like you're saying, and then she just blossomed, whether it was in athletics or music or academics. Did you see a lot of that?
I did. Her involvement here kind of took off as well, because as she came on into the youth group, she went on mission trips. She would work through the events that we would have here at the church. She was just a real involved youth here at the church. And as she got older, you could really start to see her personality develop into what she would have become.
So as we continue our conversation with David Donathan with the Christ Church Methodist Church, the Christ Church Methodist Church is a big supporter of the 3rd annual Leah's Legacy event. The event is scheduled for Sunday, September the 21st. It'll begin at 5 o'clock downtown Charleston on Summer Street there, Slack Plaza. David, why do you think this event, the 3rd annual Leah's Legacy event, why is it so important for her legacy, just to keep her name out there and her legacy going? Why is this event so important?
Well, I think it's just great that this has been a way for her parents and her family and her friends to deal with that sudden loss. I mean, her tragic death came as a shock to everybody, you know, when it happened. And I mean, I remember coming into the church and hearing it firsthand from our lead pastor and was just absolutely stunned. And so I think, in addition to helping students with scholarships, I think this is a wonderful way for her family, for her friends, for her school, for her church, to really work through that grieving process and to help remember who she was. And at the same time, be in a position where we can reach out and help others with scholarships, with financial aid, who want to further their education in the future. I think it's just a good melding of those two things.
The church has gotten really behind this. You guys are a big supporter of the event. Do you think that helps the congregation and the folks who attend here? Do you think that helps with their healing process as well?
I think so too, because it was, like I said, such a sudden and tragic event. And we've had those happen in our congregation before, but when it happens to someone that young, it makes it even more difficult. But the Stricklands are a very integral part of this congregation, and we just wrapped around them, and we continue to wrap around them through this process. It was great to see Emily at church, and the fact that she had the courage and the strength to be able to stand up and talk about it, I thought was immensely positive. And just the church just wrapped their arms around her, even that morning, you know. And she has a solid group of friends here. So I think it's a great event to help everybody to move on from that tragic day.
I mean, the church may have 40 or 50 on the Leah Legacies
right.
Team and participation on September the 21st. If folks haven't ever participated in the Leah's Legacy event, I know this is only the 3rd year, but really it's really growing. It's making such a large impact. I hope for over 1,000 participants this year, maybe upwards to 1,500. David, maybe talk to the audience about, if they haven't participated in the past, why this event is so important to get involved in.
Well, it's a matter of community. I mean, and Charleston has really put a lot of time and a lot of effort into creating spaces for community. And Slack Plaza is the perfect place to do that. Briley Walkway, all of the downtown area along Capitol Street, it just creates a sense of community. And so gathering for something like this is just a way to come together as a community, because too many times we are too siloed, as they call, and we do our own individual things. But something like this can pull us all together and really celebrate the life of a beautiful young woman, and at the same time move the community forward in a way that maybe couldn't be done, several years ago. It's just a great gathering space for all of us to meet. And like you said, we had 40 people register for the walk from Christ Church last year, and we're hoping for an even larger team this year. But I just think it's a great way for the community to come together and to bond and to build relationships.
Thank you, David. And you too can bond and help us build Leah's legacy. You can join us. If you haven't been before, we welcome you in. If you've been, we hope to see you again September the 21st. It'll begin at 5 o'clock, Slack Plaza, downtown Charleston. We have closed down Summer Street. It's going to be a lot of food, a lot of festivities, a lot of engagement, hopefully over 1,000 to 1,500 folks. It's a kids' fun run if you have children. This is something the whole family can register for. We're going to be, if you're not a runner, there's going to be a 2-mile walk. I'm a walker. I look forward to the walk. And then if you're kind of competitive and run a 5K, you can certainly do that. It will be timed. There will be categories and awards. Yours truly looks forward to serving as the Master of Ceremonies. Our good friend Woody Woods with the 107.3, The Beat, will be on hand as our DJ, and then after the awards ceremony, we're going to have a free concert by up-and-coming country artist Josh Pantry and the Boys. He's from Campbell's Creek and just does a great job, and he looks forward to being there with us. So a lot of festivities, lots of fun, raising money for a great cause. You too still have time to get registered. leahslegacywv.org. Simply go to leahslegacywv.org.